Speaking about now the transition to I mean, you went on, you went to Stanbic, you went to UBL, EABL, and a couple of other boards. For starters, did you like Kwetega? You know, there's a word called Kwetega in Uganda, which is basically, but I think the softer version of it is positioning. How did you position yourself to? Because I don't think everybody who I mean, I don't think necessarily all the CEOs who leave certain institutions are going to get appointed to the boards. I mean, you've got to be doing certain things in a certain way. For somebody who, for example, is a CEO right now and their time is about to come to an end and they are thinking of how to and right now especially there is a big move for everybody who they seem to be positioning themselves that they want to become board, but beyond just saying I am positioning myself to become a board leader, what must you be doing to make sure that you become attractive enough to join you know, boards, especially of such reputable institutions like the ones that you joined?
To be honest with you, I was also very surprised that as soon as I left the board, there were a number of organizations that wanted me to join their boards. As I said, although I was not, when I was CEO, I was very much involved in boards, especially the professional boards.
Yes.
I mean, I mentioned the SCCA, International Federation of Accountants, CPA. I think the relationship that you develop with the entity that you regulate, the way, the professionalism, let me say, blow my own trumpet, the professionalism you showed when you are dealing with them. Like for instance, Stanbic did a listing when I was at CMA. They also one time used to have they had a brokerage. I mean, you know, they still have a brokerage firm. The way you conduct yourself and they do the searches, so they felt that there was a fit here of somebody who could bring in the knowledge, and the introductions are necessarily, I mean, for instance, one time Stanbic had one of the executives on the board of the CMA, representing Bankers Association, and also the networking that one does through the profession. The network one does through presenting at conferences, at seminars, and so on. So they saw that I had the knowledge, the experience, but also I could say the reputation, I think, of being able to add value to the board. So when I was approached, I was surprised. And then, of course, we talked about cooling off and so on and so forth. I was surprised and then went through a series of interviews and then went on the board of first actually a board of East African breweries, and then the Stanbic came afterwards. But the question is, people ask me, would like to get on the board, what have you got to do? First of all, what you've got to do is you've got to be known.
Yes.
And how do you get known? Do you write? Have you ever written a piece of work? Have you, even on a small LinkedIn, sometimes I look for people that are not even on LinkedIn. You know, what have you done? Have you led? Before you go to the big board, the other time when I got an accountant's lifetime award by ICPAU, I said that you've got to be able to say, I have at least sat on a board of a school or a church or a mosque or a local community. Start from the NGO side where they need your expertise, whether you offer it free and so on, so that you become, people say, oh, wait a minute, we are looking for somebody, he or she has done this, and let's see whether they can get on the board. So, but it is not, for instance, I did not consciously do these things in order to get on a board. But what I was doing through training, through speaking, through writing, and so on, we are founders. We wrote the first book on corporate governance here with a number of people. So that actually was, I think, my selling point to be able to get on these boards. And then, some of the people you interact with, totally outside work environment, that happens. So, question comes is, how do how do you prepare yourself to get on board? And for me, I say that is the way you've got to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because very few boards, I've seen NGOs actually, some NGOs advertising for board members, yeah, but many don't. And the other misconception, I do not play golf. Right? So it is not a golf course.
Yeah.
It's not a golf course affair.
Yeah.
Of course, it helps because you meet people in the golf course. I'm not a Rotarian, but I used to speak to a lot of Rotary clubs and so on and so forth. So you've got to create that network of knowledge and experience, and then so that there is an awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think so. What I hear from you is an incremental thing that you've got through many small little things. Build your reputation. You have to create, awareness. You've got to show that you're knowledgeable, and also being careful about the people that you meet every day, because you don't know who is going to take you where.